What's going on, people? This is Shakiya Harris, and on today's episode of Interviews with a Rebel, this actually might have been one of my favorite episodes that I've ever recorded. So I sit down with a marketing genius, somebody who's actually grown her beauty brand to great heights over the past couple of years. She's actually somebody I went to high school with, and just to see her grow from high school to now is something inspiring. So if you're looking to grow a beauty brand, if you're a beautician and trying to get more clients, if you do anything with hair, this is the episode you need to watch. So this is the Shakiya Gardner episode. What's going on, people? This is Shakiya Harris of the Rebel Society, and today we are doing another episode of Interviews with the Rebel. And today's episode, we have the wonderful and talented and the what's another adjective I could use for you? The enterprising Shakiya G.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right. So just to be all the way transparent, we tried to do this before when I first started this series, and I was all the way trash. So you're like, you know what? We're gonna do this again. We're gonna run it back, and here we are today. So how I found out about Kid G is we actually went to high school together. I remember you in high school, but we didn't really know each other. I feel like we just
antisocial in high school, so I ain't talk to nobody.
I can see that. That's what I do remember. I remember you had your own little crew, but you was all to yourself or whatever. Yeah. So we kind of reconnected probably about 3-4 years ago, and then over the years I've really just been following her and just seeing some of the moves that she's been making, and she's actually been out here killing it. So I had to get you up here. So for the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Okay, so I am a salon owner. I'm a hairstylist that specializes in extensions, healthy hair, and hair growth. I make my own hair growth serum that has been shipped all over the world now. I have clients everywhere, and I also, I'm just building a brand. So I sell products, I sell hair, I sell lashes. I'm just trying to expand my brand.
All right, cool. So I usually like to start off with a nice little icebreaker question. So which music artist do you feel like you relate to the most from? Music, image, aesthetic, message, all that stuff.
Well, we talked about this last time.
Right.
I told you probably Nipsey.
Okay. Is your answer still Nipsey?
Nipsey. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and why you say him?
Just because even before he passed, I always kind of followed him because I really liked what he was doing in the community, and I liked him trying to build something for his family and his kids, and that's kind of the path that I'm on. I want to give back because I was in foster care, so I have big visions for a nonprofit in the future, but also just trying to build wealth and trying to teach people in the community about it. I mean, because our community doesn't focus on wealth as much. You see it in other cultures, but not in our community. So I feel like it's a need. It's a big need. Mm-hmm. And it's something that we all need to know and learn, so we can leave our kids with something. True.
You're absolutely right about that. So that's actually one of the reasons why I try to do everything, or I try to give out as much information as I can, just because when I was growing up, there was nobody giving out information, or there was nobody who was high up, who was doing big things that you know what, this is how I got to where I'm at. So that's why I try to, do videos like this so we can kind of keep that knowledge and how that's circulating. All right. So, I'm big into origin stories. So how the comic books have that first movie where it's all about the backstory of how the Joker became the Joker or whatever. So what is the Kia G, 90-second origin story?
90-second origin story. Let me see. I started doing hair when I was 8. I taught myself how to braid on my size Barbie.
Really?
Yes, seriously.
Okay.
I loved hair. My mother cannot do hair. She can't comb, brush, nothing. So I had to learn at an early age how to do hair. Right. So by the time I got to high school, I was pretty much doing me and my sister's hair and everybody's hair in the neighborhood. I was braiding back then. So, I got into it. I kind of stepped away from it when I went to college. Mm-hmm. I didn't really focus on hair because I thought I wanted to do corporate. And then I quickly learned after college, corporate wasn't for me. Yeah. And hair has always been my passion. I kind of told myself in high school that I wanted to be a salon owner, and I wanted to have multiple salons, and I wanted to, have a big brand. And here we are today.
Okay. Do you still want to have multiple salons?
I don't know. That's on the fence. I've had that question posed to me a few times because I have clients, you know, all over. So they're like, you need to have, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But you know, where there's a will, there's a way. So I don't know what God has for me in the future, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. So first question is, how do you actually make your money? So like, what do you offer, sell, product, service, all that good stuff?
Well, I make probably a big bulk of my money comes from services. I'm
actually doing hair?
Yeah, doing hair. So it's doing hair. Also, I sell extensions and I sell my hair growth serum. Also, I sell products such as lashes. I sell weave scratchers. I also have flat irons. Yes, and people love them.
Okay.
It's a comb that goes under your weave, and any woman that has ever tried it knows what I'm talking about. It's the truth.
All right, hold up. So how did you come up with the idea of a weave scratcher?
Well, it wasn't my idea. It was actually another company. They branded it as trademark, but they wholesale. And because it's such a big market for it,
then you can sell it. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not. I wish.
Yeah. I thought you just came up with this one day.
No.
Okay. All right. So that's all that you sell.
And flat irons, right? Yeah, flat irons and lipstick. You know, I have my cosmetic brand as well, so I haven't really promoted that as much because I'm still working on it. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So when you first started out, what did that first year look like for you as far as, you know, how much money you're bringing in, all that good stuff?
Ooh. The first year?
How long you been in business?
Since 2012. So this is what, 2019? 7 years?
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah. The first year, I probably made less than 20K, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I was struggling.
And you were doing this full time, right?
Yeah, kinda. Well, when I first started, I was like a Jamaican almost. Cause
I had a whole bunch of jobs.
Yeah, I was doing hair, I was cutting grass, I was landscaping. I worked.
You was cutting grass?
Yeah. Yep. I used to work with a pastor that had a landscaping company, and I used to cut grass. I used to go around with him, and you know, he had like contracts with different people, so I was cutting grass.
I can't even picture that.
Yeah, I was. I'll get dirty if I need to.
Yeah, you were trying to get it out here.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So when you first started, like, how were you actually getting your first couple of clients?
Craigslist.
You mentioned that before. Break that down from like how did that work?
Okay, so this is kind of how I started learning about marketing. Okay. Because this was 7 years ago, so Facebook was okay, but it wasn't a really big market yet.
It wasn't like how it is now.
People use Craigslist for everything 7 years ago. So what I did was I started creating ads, and I would post like a couple pictures, and then I would post my prices and my information for people to contact me. And then I kind of learned how Craigslist worked, because Craigslist will block you if you posted the same ad multiple times. So what I would do was I would make a different ad, change the wording, and repost. Okay. And I would do that like every hour and a half, because that's what I said. This is when I first learned about marketing. Right. Because the thing with Craigslist was it was like a time thing. So as you post, more people posted, your stuff got pushed down. So for it to be constantly seen, because you know people might not always scroll down to the bottom, you had to keep posting. So I would post like 5 or 6 times, because like what I did was I would save my ads, so they was automatically saved, so I could just go in there and just post them. Okay. And I would do that every probably like hour and a half. So a lot of my loyal clients that still come to me to this day came from Craigslist. And
so people just up there was like, hey, I'm looking for somebody to do my hair.
Yeah. Like people would, I mean, you kind of had to weed out, because one thing that I learned with Craigslist, it was a lot of crazy. Yes. Yeah. So, you know, I would kind of weed them out. And then as time went on, Facebook started becoming a little more popular. So I was posting on Facebook, but not as often. I started posting more. And then Craigslist started dying off. Instagram came around. So Instagram came around. I started posting on Instagram. When I first started Instagram, I had 1 page.
Okay. How many pages you got now?
Like 6.
Really?
Yeah. I have my personal page, I have my hair page, I have my salon page, then I have my hair collection page, and then I have my cosmetic page. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then I have another page that's for a business that I'm not talking about right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I had my personal page and I used to post pictures on that, and then finally one of my clients one day was like, well, you should make a hair page so that people don't have to look through your personal pictures, they could just see your hair. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I did it. And then I just started posting on that page and it kind of grew.
Okay. So to piggyback off that, and this question is going to be all over the place, do you feel like having a personal page is beneficial to a business?
Yes, because...
Or do you feel like it's better just to have just a business page and keep everything completely separate?
Well, for me, I keep it separate because, you know, I do have people that follow me on my personal page that don't follow my hair page, as well as I have people that follow me on my hair page that don't follow me on my personal page. And a lot of times with businesses, people don't always want to see everything that's going on in your personal life.
Yeah.
If they're looking for something specifically for your business, they just want to see business stuff. So that's why I try to keep it separate. I may make a personal post on my hair page every once in a blue moon, but it's not often.
Well, okay.
So,
okay. I just know a lot of people say, you know, me included, that I feel like I have a business page and I have a personal page, but even my personal page is more geared towards me as a brand. So it's not like just me out having brunch or me just doing a whole bunch of personal things. Yeah. But I realized that a lot of people are more so gravitated towards me, the person, than the Rebel Society as a company. Yeah. So I don't know if that's the same way with hair, because I know hair could be something.
Because I tell people that all the time. You know, I had made a post the other day, like, you need to pay attention to your target market when you're posting. I said, because people tell you what they want to see without telling you. And I said, even on my hair page, anytime I post pictures of myself or pictures of my kids or pictures, you know, of us, those are the pictures that I always get the most engagement on. Right. And I was like, you know, when I talk about myself more, it's like people want to see that. So they do want to see that. They want to know. And I tell people that, I'm like, if you're building a brand, you know, because I've had a few people hit me up asking me questions about marketing. And they're just like, well, I don't want to talk about my personal life. And I'm like, you have to. I said, if you're trying to build a brand, I'm sorry. You can't really be secretive. I said, people want to know the person behind the brand. They want to feel like they can get to know you. And if they feel like they don't know you or everything is a secret, they're not, you know, people are more willing to buy into you than just a name. Right. So I tell people that all the time, like, you know, so I do post, you know, personal stuff on my hair page just because I know that that's what people like.
Okay. All right. So when you were first starting out, what were some of the ups and downs, or actually what were some of the mistakes that you might have made when you first started your business?
Not investing in the right products.
Really?
Yes.
Like hair or?
Hey, well, just doing hair, like trying to grow my business. You know, I was being, you know, and I mean, I get it because I was young and I really didn't have money to invest in products like that. I was being cheap, but it kind of hurt me a little bit because it was just like, you know, I would do certain things that I'm like, oh, that could have been better if I would have just had something a little bit better. Yeah. And also just I'm not going to say giving up on myself, but I used to talk down a lot because I just was nervous. And, you know, it was a couple times where I'm like, I want to quit.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I got to that point. Like, because when I had all those jobs, I stopped doing all those jobs and I got pregnant with my baby. So I just strictly just did hair once I got pregnant with him. And it was a struggle.
Really?
It was. Because I didn't have a car at the time. So, you know, I was walking back and forth to work. I was catching a bus. My oldest at the time, I had registered him in a school that wasn't in our zone that we were living in because I didn't want him to go to school in our zone. So we had to catch the bus, literally, HRT, back and forth. And the way that the bus ran, it only came every hour. So it was like one of the things where I had to like, early to take him to school. And, you know, being pregnant and doing that every day and then going to the salon, working, and then I would leave the salon at a certain time to walk to his school because his school was like down the street from the shop. It was only like a couple minute drive, but it's like a 15-20 minute walk. So I used to walk every day to go pick him up from school.
Why are you pregnant?
walk back to the shop. Me and him, you know, he would sit there while I would finish my client. Then we would catch the bus home. So it was, you know, it was a few times where I kind of was just like, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot, actually. That sounds rough.
It was.
All right, so yeah, that sounds hella rough. So when did you feel things like? What was the moment where you felt like things were starting to like take off a little bit for you?
I would probably say my baby. He wasn't one yet. He was almost one because I actually lost my apartment that I had because after I had him, it was like a real bad struggle. Yeah. So, you know, I ended up moving in with my cousins, and at that time, that's when my business, I noticed my business was shifting and it was growing, because I think at that point I probably hit like $5,000 a month, and I didn't even realize it until one day I actually sat down and looked at, you know, my finance, and I was like, oh, because that was when I finally was like, I had stopped catching the bus at that point, and I was actually catching cabs and getting rental cars then. And then I remember I got frustrated because I had got a rental car and they ended up charging me like $800 for like a week because they messed up somehow. Yeah. And after that, I was like, oh no. I called Navy Federal and was like, yeah, so let me go on ahead and get this loan. And the only reason I kind of put off getting a new car because I just was scared that I couldn't afford it.
Right. But once you actually looked at the finance, you're like, oh, I can't afford it.
Yeah, I looked at it. And, you know, from that point, it was like, you know, me staying with my cousins, when I got my car, I was probably making like triple car payments. My interest rate was high because of my credit. It wasn't the best. So I was making like triple car payments, but I was also able to save probably around $1,500, $2,000 a month. And that's when I realized I was like, oh, you balling for real. I'm okay.
So was there something that you were actually doing that actually kind of helped propel you a little bit? Or was it just being consistent? Being
consistent and just promo. Like I was, because you know, Instagram had blew up around this time. So right. I was constantly on Instagram and constantly posting on Facebook. So, you know, with me posting on, and I think I had did a contest one time, which actually helped my page. One of my pictures went viral because I remember it went viral and I had a lot of crazy people making crazy comments. But I had did a contest for a hair giveaway, and the contest that I did, I ended up using it as a marketing tool because basically what I did was I had people like a post, and you know, you basically had to drive traffic. They had to get their followers to keep, so whoever had the most likes got chose. Right. So it drove a lot of traffic. Really? Yes, it did. Okay. But it helped. And I did that on because I was really active on Instagram, but I wasn't as active on my Facebook page. So I did it on my Facebook page to kind of boost my Facebook page up, which ended up helping really a lot. So yeah.
Okay. So I've actually run a couple contests myself, and I know there's a couple, you know, different things you gotta do to make sure that's successful. Like, you know, tag people so, you know, other people outside of your regular friends can kind of see it. Yeah. What suggestions would you give to somebody who's actually trying to put together a contest in hopes to kind of, you know, boost their business?
Make sure what you're giving away is something that people are really interested in. Right. Women love bundles. Yeah. So the last contest that I did, for me, it was more so about, you know, building up my pages because it brought a lot of new traffic that weren't on my pages, people that I hadn't, you know, because what I did a little different because, you know, the algorithm is different now on Instagram. It's not what it was back in the day when I did that other contest. Right. So with this contest, what I did was I basically had people share the post, but they also had to tag people under the post. So it helped my engagement go up, but it also helped people see it. So I had people from all over, like people that I had never seen before, commenting under this post because they wanted those bundles.
I know how that goes. I'm actually in the process of putting together a contest, which I feel like people are going to like, especially women. But I'm just trying to, you know, figure out how I'm going to kind of roll it out. So
yeah, and I did 2 giveaways because I did it on Facebook and Instagram because I know I have followers that are on Facebook that don't have Instagram.
Right.
So I was like, to be fair, I did it on two. So I, you know, like on Facebook, I think that post was shared like over 100 times. And then I know on Instagram, I don't even remember how many times it was shared. I just know it had over 100 comments.
Really?
Yeah, it was a couple hundred comments actually. Trying to keep up with all those comments, but yeah.
I got you. Okay, so a lot of what we're talking about is marketing, because that's the thing that kind of, you know, drew me into a lot of stuff you're doing, is just you have a strong marketing mind. So where do you feel like that came from?
Honestly, probably I've always been like this. I feel like, yeah, since I was younger. And I mean, school, you know, college helped a lot, but I've just always been one. And it's crazy because I didn't get a degree in marketing.
Yeah. What's your degree in?
Business administration.
Oh, okay.
So, but I've just always been one to kind of like pay attention to stuff and trends, and you know, so like my friend is actually getting her degree in marketing and she's taking classes, and a lot of the stuff, like she'll call me about her homework, and a lot of stuff she calls me about, I'll tell her, and she'd be like, then she'll read a book and she'd be like, you just said this to me, and I said, you gotta pay. Because she was like, a lot of stuff she say, I didn't believe in. I said, no, because, you know, like now, you know, she'll go get certain things done, and, you know, people that are offering those services will try to get me to do it. And I said, you got to think about it. I said, people want to connect based on this person's market. I said, I do hair. I'm in front of millions of women. I said, so if I come in here with some lashes and I look cute, you know, it's an opportunity for them to advertise their product and gain clients. I said, people do it all the time. I said, you just got to kind of figure out if they're genuine or if it's, you know, some people kind of, you know, and, you know, she was like, well, she said, my friend said it to me all the time and I never believed her. I said, no, it's really true. She said, I'm seeing it now. Because she was like, every time somebody figures out that I'm her hairstylist, they're like, well, tell her I got
That's crazy.
And I was like, so, you know, I've just always been big on marketing and, you know, like building a brand. And I'm like, you know, that's what you got to learn your market. You got to learn how to market. And I say, you know, now I know my market. I know, you know, how to post and what to post. And even like simple post, something as a simple status on Facebook, I can make money from. So even, you know, something simple like, you know, I'll make a post about talking about doing a challenge, and, you know, I'll have people that are interested. And, you know, a lot of times I kind of downplay myself sometimes because I don't be thinking people really be paying attention like that. And then it's like, oh, people really are paying attention. Okay.
Okay. So you spoke about like you pretty much know how to monetize everything you kind of post. So what do you feel like, as far as, you know, being, you know, a hairstylist, what do you feel like are the posts that lead to, you know, more traffic or, you know, more engagement, all that stuff for you? And this question is more so catered towards the women who are stylists out there who are just trying to really figure it out.
Honestly, post about myself.
Really?
Like I put a post up about hair, like when I did my hair, that yellow wig, that picture alone had probably between Instagram and Facebook, it had like over, it was like a couple thousand views. It was weird because I was like, when I posted it, I just was, you know, like, oh, let me just post it. I didn't think it was going to get the engagement that it got. So
I'm going to ask you this because I feel like you probably thought about this because I'm thinking about it now too. Do you feel like it's because it was something completely different than what you normally post?
Yeah, I think so. And I think because I kept, you know, like a few of my clients that came in here that week to get their hair done. So they saw the wig because I had colored it already. So it just had been sitting here. And I kind of was like nervous because I was like, I don't know about this wig. I don't know about this color. Right. I don't know how I'm going to look. I'm scared. Like, I just kept saying that. So when I posted it and everybody like, oh, it looks really good on you. It was kind of like, oh, okay. I didn't think so. Yeah, because I'm thinking like, because I look at your page sometimes and I'm like, okay, you know, it's usually like kind of like the same kind of formula or pattern. But I seen that picture myself and I'm like, oh, okay. Let me double tap. Like, looking nice. You know, it look completely different from what you normally do. So that just got me thinking like, you know, people sometimes fall in a pattern of posting the same things. So people are just used to post, or, you know,
liking that, or we're gonna see the same things over and over. But when you actually do something completely different than what other people expect,
and that was why I did that shoot, because I wanted to do something
completely outside the box.
Yeah, I want to do something. So I have a few different out of the box things coming up.
Really? Okay.
So I'm excited. Right. I've been trying to step outside my box and just do different stuff. So it's making me be, creative and figure out creative stuff. But yeah, I think that's probably what it was, because I've experimented with the colors, but I've never done anything that bright. Right. So it was just like,
you had the purple one?
Yeah, I had the purple one, and everybody loved that one too. So that was another one. Like, they loved that one, the unicorn wig. But the yellow one, it was like, oh, okay.
Okay. So besides just posting about yourself, is there anything else that you feel like has led to more engagement or anything like that, and more money coming in for you?
More money. Well, I will say with my hair growth serum, my reviews. I've been big now on trying to get reviews. So I actually had sent out a email campaign for people to fill out reviews on my website, because I have a link where you can click and leave reviews. Mm-hmm. So I did that just so I could get reviews, because I wanted, like, if somebody that doesn't know me or know my product come to my website, they can actually see what people say. But that has helped, because a lot of times when I post the reviews, I'll get, so that's what I did this morning. Mm-hmm. I posted a review, and I got a few orders just off of a review that I posted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and even with like my hair that I sell, people want to see, like, pictures are cool with hair. They want to see videos. They want to see what it looks like in videos. So,
you can stage a photo, but with video, you get a little bit more in depth to really figure out what's going on.
So a lot of times when I post videos of my hair and people can actually see the hair and they can see it move and they see how it looks, that makes them want to buy more.
Okay. What are some common mistakes you feel like other stylists make when it comes to like marketing their business? I've seen a couple, and I know since you actually do this, you've seen probably a handful.
Yeah. Not being consistent. Even like I was telling somebody else, that I know that was trying to build their business. I said, even if you aren't doing hair as much, I said just post. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about hair. Post about yourself. Talk about your business. Talk about how you started. Talk about, I said even repost old pictures, because I said the thing is, a lot of times you constantly get new followers. Some people aren't scrolling down that far to see all those old pictures. Right. So you could have a picture that somebody new might not have seen that might like. So repost that work. Marketing. Sometimes I've seen posts, I'm like, ooh, why they say that? I think those as well. Yeah, I and I get it. This industry, whoo, Jesus. You'll have some people that will really test your patience. Being a hairstylist, you have to, you're a therapist. Not only are you a therapist, you have to learn how to be patient. You have to learn how to deal with different personalities. Because you do have so many different personalities. And, for me, I don't like to bash people. And I won't, and I'm not going to be rude on social media. Honestly, if you piss me off, I've just gotten to the point now where I'm just like, you know what? I'm not the hairstylist for you. Right. You can find somebody else. Yeah. And I'll leave it at that. But I won't post it on social media, or I won't respond rude. I'll just ignore you. Because, people will try to provoke you to say crazy things. So I've seen it a few times from a few different people. And I'm just like, oh no, I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that kind of bothers me. I know a lot of salon owners who will like bash their clients.
Oh, bad.
And I was like, I don't get it. Like, this isn't going to lead. I know you want to stand up for yourself, because I've been there with doing, client work where, your client might make you feel away. And then, you pick up your phone and be like, I probably shouldn't say that. But I know a lot of women who are stylists or salon owners who will like go in on their clientele. And I'm like, that doesn't do anything for you.
It's bad business, and it makes you look crazy.
Yeah.
And I've never been like that. And I've never, like I tried, because even the other day I put a post up, on my ad, because this lady commented, and, she was clearly trying to be funny, because she was like, she asked how much was my serum, and I was like 32, and she was like 32 cents or $32. So when I saw the comment, I was kind of like, you know what? I'm not gonna, I didn't say nothing. I left it alone because my thoughts, what I wanted to say, when it came out right. So I screenshot and I posted it on my page, and I just said, because I am a brand, I'm not going to respond how I want to respond. I have to keep it professional. So I didn't say nothing else after that. I just said $32. And, I just wanted, and I put the question up there, and I was like, what would y'all response be? Well, a few of my clients, were positive. Then it started going to the left. And I was like, all right, I deleted the post. Because y'all was starting to go ham. I was like,
you get 3 or 4 people in the comments going in.
Yeah.
All day.
And I was like, and then literally, and it was crazy because when I posted it, I was like, first of all, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I thought all of y'all were at work. How did this many, in 30 minutes, that post had over 100 comments?
That's when people got time.
I was like, where did y'all come from? So yeah, I try not to do that because, I don't think I've ever done that because honestly, I just, for me, even if somebody has pissed me off, I still won't bash them just because that's just not my thing. I don't, because typically you tend to see it with black businesses. People will bash a black business quick before they'll do it to any other business, and I personally don't like that. So I try not to do that, and I try not to bash people. If I'm just not feeling you, I'm just I'll just never come back. I'll just never come back, and I'll just never deal with you. But I'm not gonna bash you. So that's one of the biggest things that I see all the time, and I'm like, my face be like, who?
Okay, so so now you're growing, like I said, you now own your shop. And you have a lot of products and stuff that you're selling, like your weed scratchers and all that stuff. So what are you doing now marketing wise to really grow your business?
Right now I've been working on Facebook ads, and Pinterest is one of them. Because Pinterest is a good traffic source, and also I've been trying to get more into like Google, because Google is, it's a generic traffic source where people genuinely always go to Google to look for things. So yes. So because it's, as long as you have a Google page and you're constantly, you don't have to constantly post on there, but at least keep up-to-date pictures and keep a post where people can find it.
So what do you post on Google?
My work.
Okay.
So I've had people call, because Google will give you they'll give you a report. And on your report, it tells you how many people called. So in the last month, I've had 15 calls from Google.
Oh. Okay.
Or it'll tell you how many people asked for directions. Or it'll tell you how many people clicked the link. So yeah. So I know I get a lot of calls from Google because I've had people call me asking for certain services because they just, and it'll tell you what they search to. So for my salon Google page, people will type in salons near me and my salon pops up. Okay. So because my salon pops up, then they call me because they're like, oh, I found your information on Google, and they, probably saw the pictures because I have pictures up there for them to see. So then it's like, oh, this looks like a nice salon. Let me check it out.
Okay. Question, because I'm thinking about, barbershops, and I know it might work the same way, but I know me, I would never just go and just walk into a barbershop. It's usually a relationship that you have with a person over the course of, years. Yeah. So is women the same way as far as, walking to a salon? Will they just walk into a random salon?
I've gotten a lot of random calls from either Facebook or Google from people that are just looking for a salon. So that's one of the reasons why it's so important to have pictures of your work. Because, with a barbershop, it's kind of different. Yeah. Typically, you don't see barbers make Google pages and post information. So it's more of a word of mouth type of thing. Yeah. But with salons, because especially this area, we're surrounded by military. Yeah.
So you have a lot of new people who are looking for.
So a lot of people, a lot of new clients that I get, they're military. Right. So they'll come and, basically just, because they're like, I just moved to this area and I was looking for a salon, or they found me on Instagram because they searched a 757 hair hashtag and found me, and they're like, oh, I like your work, or I'll have clients that have been referred by other, because I have a lot of clients that have moved away from the area, because of, them getting transferred or whatever. So then they'll tell them they're coming here, and then they might meet one of my clients in that area. Gotcha. So I had a girl that came a couple weeks ago, and she got referred by one of my clients that moved to Louisiana.
Okay. So one of the last, well, actually I got 2 more questions for you, but first one would be, for stylists who are trying to get into, running Facebook ads, and this is a question that, I need as well, but what suggestions would you give somebody who's trying to, set up Facebook ads, or the best way of kind of do that to kind of grow their business?
Well, first thing is to start, at least try to have a website up where you're driving genuine traffic, because the thing with Facebook ads is you want to have a source. You don't want to just throw out a bunch of cold ads and you don't have any leads.
Right.
So if you start building leads, which can be traffic from Facebook, it can be traffic from Instagram, Pinterest, your website, your email list, you want to use those because those are going to help with your Facebook ads. True. And then once you do that, then you can start the Facebook ads by creating funnels based on those different traffic sources. And all it is, just have the right type of video, because it's, video ads convert way more than picture ads.
True.
Having the right type of video that's, even if it's a controversial video, it gets people engaged. So having the right video to get people engaged, where you can eventually take those video views and take those numbers and retarget, is really big on Facebook ads.
Okay. That makes perfect sense to me. All right, so before we ready, so one last question is, I believe in the phrase, you got to spend money to make money. So what is something that you spent money on that has led to the most return back?
Whew. Shoot, everything. I am not big on spending money now. I've probably in the last couple of months, oh Jesus, I want to say in the last couple of months, I probably invested like anywhere from 30 to 40K in my business. Honestly, I don't even know the correct number. But I know it's been a lot because I've been taking a lot of classes, paying for a lot of classes. Because I'm good at marketing, but I still feel like,
you can
there's
always tighten up.
So a lot of marketing classes, even classes on creating different digital products and different stuff that I don't understand, that I'm like, okay, I need to brush up on this a little bit more. So yeah, I would say probably just invest in even, equipment like my salon. I put over 10K in here. And I'm still not done. It's still got a lot of work to do. But, this is something that I want to invest in. So yeah, just classes and my salon and products. I've been trying to buy products so I can have. So one of the things that I have been able to do well with is, because I like my flat irons that I sell, I'm just now getting down to like my last 7 pair.
Okay.
I mean, 7. A lot. Oh, okay. It's like over 100.
Okay.
So, and I said pair, I meant 7 pieces left. So, I had just at one point just bought a big inventory of them.
Right.
So I could have it, so that if people wanted it, as opposed to me just constantly having to do that. Right, so yeah. Right. So even with the lashes, like I don't promote them as much, but now I have such a big inventory of lashes, so I'm just gonna bring them in the salon and I'm just gonna post them and just let people come up here and buy them.
And that's been working out.
And literally just for me leaving them sitting up there, people walk in, they be like, "Oh, lashes! How much are these? I want some."
Gotcha. Okay, so just having it readily available always works as well. Okay, it sounds like you got a lot of products.
I do.
All right, cool. Well, I definitely appreciate you giving me a chance to do this interview again, because like I said, last video I was pure trash. I didn't know how this was flowing or anything. We were just talking for like an hour. But this one had a little bit more, flow to it. So I appreciate that. Where can people find you at? That's all your 27 pages.
I am on Facebook at Hair by Kia G, and that's KIYAGEE. I am also on Instagram as Hair by Kia G. You can find my salon page on Instagram and Facebook as Siren, SIREN, Beauty Bar LLC. And if you are interested in hair products, my serum, flat irons, whatever, I am on Instagram and Facebook as the Kia G Collection, and that's KIYAGEE.
So, did you like that episode? Did it motivate you? Do you feel like you just gotta get up and do something right now? Well, that's good. That's the whole purpose of all this. So, that's actually the last episode of season 2. We're gonna be coming out with season 3 pretty soon. Hopefully, the plan is for us to be moved into an office where we can actually do these on a more consistent basis. So instead of seasons, we're just gonna be doing episodes pretty much every week. So that's the plan. So the next time we roll these out, we're not going to be in my home office. We're going to be in an actual office and be able to give you some really dope content with some of the best creators and entrepreneurs that I can find. So once again, I'm Shy Harris. If you're new to this channel and just new to me in general, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. I'm not going to ask you to like a whole bunch of videos, but what I do want you to do is actually go to this video right here. You see that? Go to that. Those are some of my favorite videos, some of my videos that I actually had the most joy in. Yeah, the most joy in putting together. So go to those videos and watch them, and hopefully you enjoy. And hopefully that makes you want to subscribe to this channel. But this is Shy Harris, and I am out.